Oh. Going down to lotus feet of Gurudev. And with the blessings of Maharshi Parashara and all the sages who have given us this knowledge, let's continue our studies. Yes. So, what did we learn last week? I think it was a recorded video. There was a lot of information. Mm.
Yeah, so Uchasthana, Nichasthana, Mula Trikona,
Trines,
Avastha.
quadrilaterals.
Very good. Kona, Kendra. Uchasthana is like workplace. Swasthana is like house, one house. At home, you are generally relaxed unless you are working from home. Huh? If it is work from home, then that's a different case. Otherwise, house is where you relax, correct? Don't tell me I fight with my wife at home. So what should I do? Can't do much about it. You are supposed to relax. Hmm. So Uchasthana and Nichasthana. Nicha is where you are most inactive. You are most active and most inactive and most relaxed. These are very important places. So that shows whether you are inactive or active. Now, don't go with linear definitions. Oh, Nichasthana, that means totally inactive, then, you know, that Graha is not working at all. No, that's wrong. If your Chandra goes Nicha, doesn't mean you don't have any more emotions left. Emotions are still there. Just that the action of Chandra is comparatively less when you compare it with other grahas. But then other energies may be more, other strengths could be more, and Chandra could act in those strengths. Mm. You see, we have this tendency to have a very linear thought process. That's how mind works because we are programmed to do so. The moment you start going to school, all you have been told is 1+1 is 2. I'm not telling it's 3. But you are not exploring anything else because that's how linear we think. One step after the other. No going sideways, it is only forward all the time. So all this is kind of we are programmed. What happens to understand a more, what do you say, mm, a knowledge like Jyotisha, which is not bound by linearity. You need some level of acceptance that, oh, everything is not linear. So you stop defining from linear thought process. You give up that linear thought process for some time. Then you can see that, oh, things are like this also. And I would understand this. Like, what are we talking about? When I say Nicha, oh, you know, Surya is Nicha. So immediately what you think, oh, okay, he said inactive. So that means that Graha is not working at all. That's, you just, that escalated very fast and finally got over also. That Graha is not working. Now, it doesn't mean like that. You see, every time you want to understand a Graha, you compare it with a human being. That's it. Very simple. You'll understand most part of it. You don't have to worry too much. You take anybody, any human being, in one aspect he may be weak, but in other aspect he may be strong. He or she. Correct? Yes or no? Maybe I'm not great at conveying messages. Doesn't mean that I'm not intelligent. Strengths are different. Different types of strengths are there. You may not be very powerful in your house, but you may be very powerful in your office. Does that mean you are not powerful or you are powerful? Are you able to understand this? You cannot define it in linear process. Boss is bossing around in the office, goes home, and then home minister becomes the president also. Hey, go wash your vessels. Okay, madam. What to do? Uh, there was a series of movies which used to come in 90s. It's these kinds of, what do you say, storyline. Boss is very bossy in the office, but as soon as he comes home, he becomes very weak. Then he will go and learn how to boss around the wife from his worker. If you don't know, there are many movies like that. Some famous ones in Kannada. Vice versa also. So, what's happening here? That's why what our ancestors said, see, boss, there are not just one, there is no one power, there is no one energy that you should focus upon. On a larger scale, you should have 6 types of strengths, which we should focus on when we are studying a graha, when we are studying the strength. Are you able to understand this? So, you can, just because one is less doesn't mean others are less. So, what happens if your graha is Nicha? If you go to the chart, you may find that Shadbala will be more of that graha. Most of you may have this question, Are graha is Nicha, but my Shadbala is more. How can this work? Are yes, that sthana is not giving that power, but other things are giving power. It may have some Drikbala, it may have some Digbala, Naisargika Bala, some other kind of Bala could be there. These 6 types of strengths, what we talk about, is again divided into multiple parts. That's how the numbering comes in. It's not that simple. We are nowadays in AI mode. Everything has to be simplified. So that's why we just go see Shadbala once and then be done with it. But that's not it. Shadbala, 6 types of strengths. You divide that 6 type of strengths in multiple strengths. That's when you get to know each graha's calculation. So the graha may not have one kind of strength, it may have other kind of strength extremely high. Like for example, Guru goes to northeast, he becomes very powerful. That's a place. Surya goes to east, he becomes very powerful. So some of the directions give the grahas very lot of power. Like in my chart, I have Lagna Surya. When you have Lagna Surya, he's in the east. That means Surya is very powerful. Are you able to understand this? So you don't have to think that just because a graha, like my Chandra is Nicha, Vrishchika, doesn't mean that my Chandra doesn't work at all. No, that's a different thing. I'm very non-emotional because of Ketu's influence on Chandra. But doesn't mean there are no emotions. Everybody has. Only thing is, in that aspect, it's not active. It is still there. Are you able to understand? It has strength, it is not active. You see the difference? It can happen, no? You may have a lot of strength. Doesn't mean that you go on flaunting it everywhere. Do you? You would have gone to gym, made lot of muscles. Will you go on slapping people on the road all the time? You have strength. Doesn't mean it is acting. It's not active. That's it. Being active doesn't mean he is fully powerful. Have you seen young babies, maybe 3-4 year old who can walk, who has just started walking, can't balance much. They just go left, right, here and there, everywhere. You know how much they roam around? Can they do anything? Do you expect the babies to go and start up in Bangalore and make a lot of money? It doesn't work like that. Why? May be active, maybe Ucha, but may not be having any power. Strength is not enough. Other strengths are not there. Are you getting my point? Just because a Graha has gone Ucha doesn't mean that he has all the power to do the work. A baby is very active, but useless. In some good entertainment. Are you able to understand this? Sometimes it may just make that activity useless. Nothing may come out of it also.
Anna, in that Jagrita, Swapna, Sushupti, that's relevant to the power of the Graha in those places, right?
Still, that is one kind of power. Doesn't mean that he's dead complete. That doesn't mean that it is dead. Still, the Graha is working, right? Because it has other powers. See, now, one thing, don't get confused between strength and quality. It is very easy because same parameters work in both. Are you able to understand this? Same parameters are giving both strength and quality. See, quality and quantity, two things, right? Now, you may have quality, but you may not have quantity. You may have quantity, but you may not have any quality. Like Chinese population. Now what is happening in China? All of a sudden, they did population control. Now you don't have any working class. At this point of time, they don't have the youth, what do you say, quality, which is required for doing certain acts. They may have a lot of elders. They can get some good, guidance out of them. But then what will they do? Somebody's youth has to be there to work, which they don't have anymore. That's why they say next future is Indians, because there's too much of youth in this country compared to any. We are the youngest, country. Means not youngest. It's like that working, class, that age.
Yeah.
A lot of them. Correct? Getting my point? So you have to see all these before you decide. You got the idea? So Shadbala will only tell you the strength, and Avastha will tell you the quality. Quality of a dead person is what? Don't take it for strength. Dead doesn't mean it doesn't have strength. It is the quality of that. It may also happen that a dead person may not have any strength. Shishu Avastha could be that the strength is also not there. At the same time, doesn't mean that the Graha is totally inactive. It doesn't have any strength at all. Are you able to understand? Because same other parameters are there which are giving strength to the Graha.
Like
See,
Mangala is exalted in 28 degrees, right? In Makara. So it is like Ruddhasta, or it is maybe this one, right? How come that one exalted?
so that's what I'm telling. You are again going back to the same linear process of thinking. This person is like, he's like a dead person. Sometimes you scold. What does it mean? Does it mean he's totally dead? In this plane of action, he's not doing anything. So he's as good as useless. He's acting like that. The quality has become like that. He has strength. He may be active in something else, but he may not be active for what you want. I know you have to give a thought to this because it may be a little difficult to comprehend. I find it a little tricky to comprehend this. You just give it a thought, just think about it. Go back to what a human being is. You just discuss for a second. I will just get back. Give me 2 minutes. Yeah. See, this could be one of the avasthas. I'm active online, but I'm also active on my phone because I have ordered something. Nobody is there to pick it up. So I'm wondering whether this fellow has come or not. This dual state of existence right now. I am like a graha in Gandanta, who is neither there nor here. So this is also an avastha. What is the quality now? What do you say? He's distracted. Yes or no? Does that make me weak? Or does that make me strong? The measurement of strength is being done in a some other way. Oh, he has the capacity to speak for an hour. No, he has the capacity is what? The strength. Doesn't mean he will. He has the capacity to speak for an hour, but he is like one dead person today. Now what happened? Strength is there, but today's quality is horrible. Are you able to understand this? You have to divide. See, the whole Jyotisha is in dividing. Don't, what you say, combine and then make it a mess. Divide and relax, chill. You compare it to yourself at this moment. You see what is going on. Such a beautiful example. This person who is sitting in front of me online has a capacity to talk for an hour. That is a strength. capacity. But right now, he's not able to because he's distracted. Are you able to understand this? So that 100% is not translating because he is distracted. So the same parameter is working here. So the distraction is also reducing the strength for this act of talking. But distraction by itself is a quality. So quantity and quality, it is affecting both. But the core tendency is not gone. Doesn't mean that that person is not capable of talking. Are you able to understand this? So a graha can be ucha, active, but can also be in mrutavastha. Active but not useful. When you call somebody dead, he's not useful anymore. There is no life. Yes or no? You see, there is Tejashri's baby. It is coming into the screen and doing, some. See there. Hello. Now you see, ask that baby. Now you give me a lecture on Navagrahas. Does that mean the baby doesn't know? It may grow up to become a big astrologer. Who knows? But right now, at this moment, it cannot translate. Can it? So the strength could be there, but it may not translate. I'll be distracted for another 12 minutes. Questions? No questions? That's it. Then I think everybody knows everything. We'll close this whole batch.
Actually, we have a lot of questions.
Lot of questions.
Then ask, throw it.
We're still processing it actually.
Actually, we'll close this batch in another 2-3 classes. Then we'll do the chart reading and start a new batch.
Yeah, we should do chart reading, sir.
And we haven't done retrograde or divisional charts like.
Yeah, retrograde and divisional chart we have not done. Yeah.
Divisional charts we will take up. Once I take up divisional charts, the class is over. That is the last part of this basics, divisional charts. So the day I start divisional charts, remember another 2-3 classes, 2 or maximum 2 classes, it will be over. I'll give a homework for you all. Yeah, this time Suma will do one thing. Let all the class people organize the one-day program.
Sure. See, many of them also have not attended Aligning with Grahas.
Yeah. So we'll next we are going to plan a one-day session. You all should organize. It's a very nice program. Morning to evening online. That's it. Now, what is there to organize? Everything is ready. You just have to tell people to join. That's it. Those who are interested in astrology, tell them. Okay, coming back to the questions. Yes, shoot.
If Rahu is in Dhanu, so he is the lord of that Dhanu, right? No more Guru is lord.
You don't explicitly say like that. So it's not that Rahu becomes the Lord. Rahu has more influence on that house because generally they are like local rowdies. They come and they occupy. You don't explicitly say that they are the Lord. Means there is no mention in any of the texts that they own that place. But
Okay.
yes, they
And
do become a little, what you say, a little bossy in that house. Let's put it that way.
what if in Shadbala Guru is high? I mean, like, maybe he has a 200 points and all.
Yeah, then Guru will influence more. That's why it doesn't mean that Rahu will always influence. No, it depends on Rahu's strength. Now, Rahu's strength, we don't see through Shadbala, but we see through other balas. So if Rahu's strength is less than Guru, then Guru will rule. That's it. Simple. Not necessary that other grahas cannot be weak, always weaker than Rahu, no? Hmm?
So
Yeah, local
anytime Rahu or Ketu will become weak in
they do become weak. See, a local rowdy also is strong or weak. He is strong when all his chelas are around. When he is alone, he becomes weak. Correct. He also has certain levels of strengths, so it can work there. But
Yeah.
that comes in calculation of balas.
In the last class, you said lot more concepts, but then implementing those concepts, like can we take one of the charts from the Thora itself, maybe Mahatma Gandhi, or they have given many personalities charts, and implement those because lot more things will come into picture.
Yes, why not?
You suggest one class can take together.
What happens if Chandra in Gandanta and fully powerful? See, Gandanta means what? It is, see, there are many definitions for it. I use it in the sense that it is in between things. But the textbook definition is from a watery Rashi to fiery Rashi. When the Graha is supposed to move, that is called Gandanta. Somebody has kept your mic on, can mute it in. Because I hear some hitting noise. So, you see what happens. Generally, the actual definition is whenever a graha is moving from a watery Rashi to fiery Rashi, then it is called Gandanta. That is a main definition. Then there are other definitions. Rashi Gandanta, Nakshatra Gandanta, Bhava Gandanta, and all different people have given their own definitions. Rashi Gandanta means in between, like, and there also there are a lot of school of thought. Some people take it as 10% of the Rashi. This 10%, like for example, Mesha 10%, and then Vrishabha 10%. So 10% of 30 is 3 degrees. So some people take it as 5 degrees. Like me, I take it as 5 degrees. For what reason, I don't know. I've been seeing the same thing for 5 degrees for a very long time. So I think I take it like that. So 5 degrees of Mesha and 5 degrees of Vrishabha, I take it as Gandanta. If the Graha is in that particular space, it has come to Gandanta. Now, what happens whenever a Graha comes into Gandanta? That means it is confused. It has just about to leave a Rashi and going to the next Rashi. So it is getting adjusted to two different states of existence. Because in Mesha, like Surya is Ucha in Mesha. But he is no more. Ucha when he goes to Vrishabha. Correct? He is going to Shukra's place, which is not very happy in. It's like this when election has just happened, new prime minister has been elected, the old one has to give up his place. They run it for 1 month or 15 days till the other one takes oath. What happens at that time? He cannot take any major decisions because he is in a different state. He is finishing his state and going to the other state. Huh? So a person dies. He has left his body. But then he is not allotted a place to go. There are different lokas. There are upper lokas, there are lower lokas. Depending upon your karma, you either go to the upper loka or lower existence. Till you go there, initially, most of the, means not everyone, but 99% of the bodies, they go to something called Preta Yoni. So that is neither there nor here. They are in Preta Yoni. Then Chitragupta go through your karmic, bank balance. Okay, this person has this much punya, this much papa. Papa is ruling more, then you go to lower lokas. Punya is more doing more, you go to upper lokas. Both are completely nullified, then you go directly to merge with Brahman, which is called enlightenment, nirvana, or whatever you call it. Over, gone, finish. 1 in a billion or 1 in zillion, it can happen. But most of the time, there is some balance, positive or negative. So you, depending on that, you go into that particular room. But till you go there, till you are allotted a slot, what happens? Till you are allotted something, you will be in between. That is called Preta Yoni. So that is the Gandanta between life and death. Death and next life. Are you able to understand this? So, any graha which is in Gandanta is confused. Coming back to the question, if Chandra is, what you say, very strong and in Gandanta, nothing. He is just very strong and confused. That's it. He will have both the qualities. Yeah, Dinesh.
Anna, if Chandra is in Gandanta, that means he's moving from fire sign to watery sign, Anna. All fire signs and watery signs for Chandra is either owned by Guru, Mangala, Surya, or
See,
they're
that is
friendly signs, Anna.
That's what I said. There is a one definition. That is definition of Gandanta in terms of fiery signs and watery signs. But then there is other Gandantas also. Nakshatra Gandanta is there. Rashi Gandanta is there. Bhava Gandanta is there. So it's a overall definition what I have given.
That's what, Anna. I'm saying that both water signs and fire signs are friend to Chandra. Like they're okay with Chandra, so not major issue might be there.
Yeah. What I'm telling is, even if he is going from air Rashi to Artha Rashi also, it is Gandanta. So it's a more of a larger definition. Because there are remedies. For Nakshatra Gandanta, there are remedies. For Rashi Gandanta, there are remedies given. So it's all different types of Gandantas which are there. Okay. Anyway, so you can share some chart, Dinesha. Share a chart.
Anna, if
Some,
Lagna is Surya, Anna,
your voice is
then
breaking.
then Chandra becomes your.
Who is speaking and your voice is breaking? Yeah, Ruchira, tell me.
Anna, if Lagna is Surya, and then Chandra is the Karkataka is the no Siha, not Surya. Siha is Lagna. Then Chandra becomes the 12th house. Then Gajkesari Yoga, is it beneficial in that case? If Gajkesari Yoga is there in the chart.
No, first of all, we have not come to yogas. And the second thing is, yogas forming in natal chart doesn't mean much. You just have to take it on the value of they are coming together. That's it. So your question itself will fall flat because it doesn't make any sense. In the Rashi Chakra, how much ever big yogas, how many ever Raja yogas you have, it really doesn't translate because all the people who are born in the 2.5 hours will also have the same yogas. By that definition, everybody should have become prime minister. Along with Modi, whoever took birth should have been prime ministers. It doesn't work like that. So it has to translate in other divisional charts. Then only that yoga will be some use.
Okay.
Just take it on the value of what the graha is, what they are. Chandra and Guru, no problem. They are friends with each other. That's it. Gaja Kesari comes when Chandra and Guru are there. They both come together. It's a good sign. So that's it. You keep it like that. Whose chart pie is this?
Chart, Anna. Should I
Huh?
open some person's chart?
I open some person's chart, then it will be easy.
Okay, ma'am. I'll open.
And also,
And
please keep Indian names, Sanskrit names.
Yes, sir. This one actually.
Anna, I have two laptops, both Windows. I installed this software. In one, it shows that Rahu has moved to Kumbha, and in one, it shows Rahu is with Shani. I don't know which one to.
That is settings, ma.
Same software, Anna.
Same software, you have multiple
Oh.
settings. Anything can change. Little bit of change, it will start working like that.
Some person's chart, Anna.
Dinesh,
Some
can we
person's
take
chart.
some known like Mahatma Gandhi chart or some other chart there and there? You can relate that personality also if possible.
Should
Yeah,
I
yeah.
open
Take some chart.
Mahatma Gandhi's chart, Anna?
Very controversial chart you can take.
I
Those who love
cross
Mahatma
checked.
Gandhi don't feel bad.
Gurudev's chart also here.
You don't know the time. I won't tell you.
Anna, today I saw Lord Rama's chart.
Yeah. Lagna, you may not find perfect, but yeah. Most of the other things will be good.
I don't have the time corrected chart, Anna.
No, whosoever chart you have open, I will correct the time. Whose chart you want to check?
Mahatma Gandhi's chart.
Mahatma Gandhi, Anna. With two Mahatma Gandhi.
Yeah. Mahatma Gandhi's chart.
I'm interested in his 7th house and marriage relations.
Mahatma.
He has been pretty honest in his book, Anna. So I want to correlate.
Yeah, he's yeah. Let's keep it that way. Lagna, okay. Guru, Shukra, Surya. This is okay. This chart is fine. This is Lagna, not bad. Only for Rashi chart, no problem, because he may not be little here and there, it may go off. For anyway, when we take divisional charts, this has to be corrected properly. But this is fine. Just show me D60. This is okay. This is not bad. It's not a bad chart to read. Yeah. So what do you observe? You tell me. What do you all observe?
बाद ना आएगा अब आए तब बताए
Ah. What do you all see? Means you went through the class for such a long time. Tell me something out of it. What is Ucha, Nicha, Kendra? Something is there, you tell.
Shukra
What do
is
you
in Shukra is in his own house.
No.
good? So you see,
Powerful Shukra.
powerful Shukra. Why do you say powerful Shukra?
He's not powerfulest, but he has power.
Means how do you differentiate between
129. Shadbala 129.
like that? So he's not powerfulest, but he is powerful. 129 Shukra, and Guru is also 129. What did I say? Shadbala will tell you the strength of the graha. Correct? So you see, what is there in Lagna? You have Shukra. And Shukra Shadbala is also very good. Correct? And on top of it, you have
Mangala and Buddha.
Shukra relaxed in his own house. It's a good Shukra. Buddha's company is not bad for Shukra. So as a company also. Correct? Yes. Okay, continue. I'm not, otherwise
That's
I'll be
why
analyzing.
He was very passionate and headstrong in his entire life. For whatever he did.
He loved luxury.
He loved luxury. That maybe, I don't know.
Very much as per the chart. That
Shukra in Lagna doesn't mean somebody loves luxury, right? Yeah, passionate, yes.
Anna, in D60, Rahu and Guru are together, so not that great.
No,
In both-
don't go to D60 now. We are not checking D60. You just check
Okay.
D1.
Anna, this person might have multiple love affairs. Possible.
How do you say, Pa? Why?
Guru is
in
in
Lagna.
7th.
Okay, no, sorry, no, I take back. I thought Shukra and Buddha together in Lagna, so passion with confusion, but I think fifth house would be better.
Okay. Next.
Anna, is it that this
Can I
person
speak,
will
Anna?
have
You are not allowed to speak, Pa Dinesa. Let them
Okay.
on. Me and you, that's why I'm keeping quiet.
Anna, is it that this person will have a long life because Shani is in Vyayasthan?
Shani is not in Vyaya.
Surya,
First of all, where is Vyaya?
Surya is in 12th.
Surya is in Vayasthana.
Kanya,
Oh, sorry,
Kanya Rasi.
I saw Ulta.
Now first you all sort out your which sthana is what and where. Then we will predict. Otherwise, Mahatma Gandhi will become Roosevelt.
Oh, this is Gandhi's chart, Anna.
So we'll go house by house, right? If I check with the first house, Shukra, Mangala, and Buddha. So from this, right?
Once.
So first house, Shukra, Mangala, and Buddha. So one is the total aspect of the person. First house. So he was healthy overall, right? He was physically fit, never a challenge in his no ailments, no diseases. Second is this Dhana Rashi, right? So financially he had a support always. Shani was there. And Shani was sitting in this house is Mangala's house. No, this house is Guru's
Okay.
house, right?
Mangala's house.
Oh, no, Mangala's house. This is Mangala's house. Shani is sitting in the Mangala's house.
No,
Shani
before
is
First
that,
house.
Need to refer.
you
Does
before
first house
you
also
finish.
This
tell
person
that
is angry. Mangala is there.
One second.
skip
Okay.
Anna 10th house Rahu
Okay, time pass. One second. Time pass. What do you call this? Stop.
Time out, Anna.
Time out. See, first you observe what grahas is there in which place. All that we have studied till now. Kendra, Kona, Ucha, Nicha. What is going on in this chart? Okay. So you ask, no, let's see a chart and see Kendra, Kona and all. No, now you see what is there in Kendra, what is there in Kona. What happens if it is there? And then you see Shadbala, who is strong, who is ruling the chart. If somebody is strong, he'll be ruling the chart for this thing, no? Yes or no? So you observe all that, whatever you have studied, first you observe in this. What and all items do you find? Before going into analysis, it's very easy to jump into analysis and start telling, oh, I got Mahatma Gandhi right. You know about him a lot and lot of conspiracy theories. So you put all those things together, you can make a good khichdi out of it. But do you actually see it in the chart? How do you know? When you understand the chart first. Is Surya really doing something there or not? What is he doing? Does he have the power to do something? Yes or no? You should see all that. Are you able to understand this? So now you take 2-3 minutes before you go and start giving prediction on Mahatma Gandhi. You see all the parameters that we studied before. You go back to your notes, make a list of all the parameters. What and all there is a tick. Then we will discuss about it. Give me a second. So you all went through the. Did you find anything, any of the graha is Ucha? How many of the grahas are in Swasthanas? Basic stuff, you tell that first.
Only
Shukra
Shukra
only
is
is
in
in
only
Swasthana.
Shukra is in Swasthana.
So only one graha is in a relaxed state. That is Shukra. Correct?
Chandra in Surya's friend's place. So Chandra
Ah.
is Buddha is also in Shukra's friend's house.
So you go through all that.
Guru is also in Mangala's friend house.
Hmm. So there are a lot of grahas who are in friend's house, correct? Which is a good sign, means friend's house is good. They're having support. They're happy. So we saw in Avastha, friend's house is good. Correct? Yes or no? And who is in enemy's house?
Shani.
Mangala.
Hmm.
Surya.
Surya is in
Sama. It is
Sama.
Sama.
Samasthana.
Buddha.
Surya may not be enemy. He's not in enemy's house, but he is not in a very happy position also because of. Correct?
It is Buddha's house, right?
Shani is also in Samasthana, like in Mangala's house.
So Shani is also in Samasthana. So a lot of grahas are in relaxed or happy because of their presence. But Shani and Surya, two grahas, are little not in a happy
Sad.
state.
Mangala also. Mangala is surrounded with enemies and in an enemy house.
So here what is problematic? Mangala is agitated. Correct? It's an agitated Mangala. So what happens? His core personality is influenced by how many grahas now? Let's just take one bhava today, not too many. Don't get into all these conspiracy theories. Just see the chart and just come with simple conclusion. His Shukra was relaxed, powerful because of Shadbala. Correct? Buddha is also not bad in terms of strength. All his grahas are above 100. Means generally these kinds of charts are good. Means in a way because the grahas are balanced to a certain extent. It's not very balanced because 103 and 150, there's a lot of difference between them. So generally we say balanced chart is when all the Shadbala is kind of, okay. So here what is happening? Buddha is okay, not bad. But Shukra is more powerful. Mangala is also powerful, but not enough.
Guru also has Drishti on Lagna.
Guru's drishti is there, seventh drishti.
Yes. So if you see, generally speaking, there are two people who are running his first house. Who are they?
Shukra and Guru, because
Guru is powerful. They both have similar strengths. But Shukra will have little more extra power because of Buddha's presence there.
Vasana.
So there is a Graha Yuddha going on. But not directly. There is no Guru there directly sitting there, but he's there. Correct? Yes or no? So now
Shukra has a higher strength because it is in Swasthana or because Buddha's company?
no, everything. It is Shadbala, it is powerful, but also with Buddha's company is there. So
But then
Shukra
Mangala is an enemy. So Shukra's present
there is an
energy
agitation.
will.
Yes, yes. It's not energy coming down. Its state is getting affected.
Okay.
So in this first house, you can see that there is both, hot and sweet. There's a lot of power to the first house. So you can say overall character is very strong. It's a very strong overall character if you observe. Lot of flavors. When do you say a character is very strong? Enough flavors in it. Correct? You take a cuisine. Lot of flavors and very strong flavored food. It's like that. This chart. There is Guru's flavor, there is Mangala's flavor, the Shukra, Buddha, all are in good, powerful voice. So they all are influencing. But primarily Shukra and Guru, two people who are like of different existence altogether, are fighting it out to, what you say, run the show. Isn't it? Yes or no?
Yes.
Right.
So what's happening here? If you take only the core personality of this person, then you have Shukra, Mangala, Buddha, Guru's influence very strong. They're primarily these four are affecting it. So there is Buddha, which is powerful. There is some level of intellect, which is their analysis. There is Mangala. There is some level of fighting spirit. Shukra, a lot of passion. Very passionate person. And then Guru. Wisdom also is there. It's not that wisdom is not there. We'll get to know where that wisdom is going. That we'll get to know in different divisional charts. This won't tell you much. But generally, it's not bad. If you see this chart, it's not a bad chart. And also you see Guru is in Kendra or not.
Seventh
Correct,
house.
no? Ah,
Yes, Guru in Kendra, 1, 4, 7, 10.
automatically becomes important. We saw Kendra and Kona, very important placements. So Guru plays a major role in his chart because he's in Kendra itself. And also Ketu, because he's also in Kendra. By that, because of that, Rahu also will become strong. He's also in Kendra. Correct. So he has a lot of grahas who are playing a very important, what you say, role in his existence. But four of them are really doing a lot of, they have a lot of influence. So you can see that this person is passionate. This person has a bad temper as well. Mangala is there. Somebody was talking about it. Buddha is there. There is intellect aspect also involved. And then there is wisdom as well. Are you able to understand? So this Guru is transiting in retrograde. That's why there's a bracket. Buddha and Guru are retrograde motion. Retrograde means they appear. I already explained this once, I remember. It appears to be moving backwards. And in terms of karmic, just give me a second. So you got the idea? No? Now, homework. You go back, you take this chart, you read it now with all the things which I already studied and all the things which I have already explained. I don't want to explain too much because then it will be my analysis. You'll not be doing much of an analysis. Huh? You have to make it simple. Okay, this is what I have, we have learned. Let me add these things together. You may go wrong, nothing wrong with it. That's fine. But make sure that you add 1 + 1 is 2 for now. Like what? Lagna is about personality of that person. It has an influence of Shukra, Mangala, Buddha, Guru. They will understand this. So all these, characteristics was, all these grahas were playing an important role on his Lagna. Now you add the qualities of them, which we already studied, right? Guru is about what? I mean, like a minister. Buddha is like a prince. Mangala is like a commander. Shukra is like a minister again. You add up all this. We have already spoken. Guru is Akasha Tattva. It has the capacity to accommodate. But then you have Mangala, which has the capacity to protect and fight. Yes or no? Then Shukra has a lot of passion in it. It's like a water which is bursting out of a, of a stored place if you open it off, like a dam. That force is there, passion. Buddha is earth element. There's a certain level of groundedness also, but there's a certain level of intellect also involved. Now you start defining the person's characteristics. Yeah? I will not tell. You do it. If I start telling again, you'll miss it. Can we all do that? So you take up this chart, you take up the first house, and then you start defining characters. What this person's character would be.
So Buddha is for communication and analytical skill. So retro means, does it opposite?
No, not necessarily. It's not opposite per se. Retro doesn't mean opposite. In Jyotisha terms, retro generally is associated with some extra karma is there. You have to go back to that line and finish it in the same way. You have to follow the same path back and then finish it and come back. Like for example, I'm just giving you an example. Guru is in 7th house. So you have certain 7th house karma, partner related karmas. It cannot be just cleared by being with any other partner. You may have to go back to the same partner and clear that karma. The path also has to be traversed in the same way. Same, like you have gone to market in a certain road, you have to come back in the same road. You cannot come from some other road. So here what happens, retrograde, A to B, I always define, you remember? That, point A to point B, if you want to travel, you can take different roads to attain that. Not necessarily that you have to follow the same road. But during retrograde, what happens? There is something which you have to go back and you have to follow the same path. So generally, people who have Guru as a 7th house, they would have already had the same partner in some other life, which they go through. Whomever they partner with, they would have already had the same partner, not somebody else. So it's not about partnership. It becomes very important about the partner also, the person. So for example, his wife, he had some karma which he has to clear only with her. He cannot clear with any other partnership. It's not like he'll marry somebody else and suffer.
Is it Guru in the retrograde in 7th house makes, or is somebody else also in the 7th house retrograde will have a same thing? Like,
No, that is not the case. If you are telling you have to go to the karma with the same partner, then that person also will have something similar, no? So it's
No, I
from
mean
both
like,
उसमें Guru का, what is the impact of Guru? Like let's say Mangala is there in the 7th house in a retrograde.
Yeah.
Right. So marriage 7th house, retrograde Mangala.
See, retrograde only I'm explaining because Guru, Mangala or anybody else. I'm just explaining
That was
retrograde.
I was asking. No sense clear.
Then you add the flavor of Guru into it. So he had some, some kind of wisdom to cross because of her. If Mangala is there, some Mangala related thing he had to cross. Shukra is there, some Shukra related things. That will happen.
And a Rahu in 10th house, and 10th house is for karma.
No, now you
So-
don't do Rahu. First, you go through the first house. You do all the analysis, I'll come to the 10th house. Finally, after such a long time, my big basket has come. Give me a second.
First house is Shani. Shani has the highest strength, Ruchira. But
first house is not a Shani,
sorry,
Shukra.
second house is Shani.
Second house is Shani, yeah, which is for
Highest
usually for dhana.
Dhana and second house is also for speech, eyes, mouth, face. I was just reading that. Assets. Second is Dhana, assets and wealth. So he had supporting assets always.
And Shani is the Adhipati of 4th and 5th house. He has a drishti on 8th house and a drishti on his own house as well, and on 11th house also. Fourth, and Dinesh Anna, you tell us now whether we are going on the right track. 4th house is for home house, and Ketu is sitting there. I don't know. Maybe it is coming from destroying home house. Most of his actions were like that only.
Okay,
Destruction.
in 4th house, difficult family condition. Like his family, like if you look at his relation with wife, kids, and all, it was not great, right? But also there is Shani Drushti there, who is very strong.
Can it be detachment
Saturn third drishti is there on Ketu, right?
life?
Huh?
Saturn third drishti is on,
Yeah.
Saturn third drishti on Ketu.
Shani itself is agitated, no? He is in Shatru's place. So extra strong agitated Graha looking at 4th house, which itself is occupied by Ketu.
And what about Dhana? What does it say about Dhana, the second house? Shani, agitated Shani giving Dhana.
You can look at multiple ways, like Mangala Adipati, who is okay in Lagna. He is with Shukra, who is in Swasthana and other things.
No,
Shani,
Mangala is also agitated, right?
Mangala is also agitated, but placement wise, he's okay. Like he's not very agitated because Mangala is okay with Shukra and
He's not okay with the Buddha. Buddha is
he is
enemy.
not okay with Buddha, but there is Guru Drushti also, who is
Yeah.
strong.
So what did you decide? How bad or how good was this person? So ideally, you can only define this much. This person had some level of wisdom, and that some level of wisdom realization will happen through partner because it is in 7th house. It doesn't mean that the 7th house partner will be intelligent or in wisdom. Not necessary. Because of the partner's presence, he may develop wisdom in any way, whatever it could be. Sometimes you get so frustrated with the partner, you develop wisdom. So that is also possible. Also that the person can be very good in spirituality, can give wisdom also. So I'm not telling anything. In this, all you say is, there is a lot of influence of wisdom on the personality. There is a lot of passion in this person. There's no doubt about it. And there is a lot of fire also for this person because of Mangala's presence. At the same time, there are some rootedness also because Buddha is there. Earth element, rootedness. There is intellect, communication. So all these things were also there in this person. Confusion also there in this person because Buddha is there. Mangala may give a lot of fire, but also may give a lot of anger because it's there. Shukra may give a lot of passion, but that may also increase sexual urges as well, because Shukra is strong. So all these things could be there. This is the way to analyze. We cannot decide that this person is like this with only seeing this Rashi Chakra. It's practically impossible. Whoever born in this time will all be like this only. It may so happen that the person who was born in this is not interested in physical intercourse at all. It could be somebody else altogether. So that we'll not get to know in this. But you will get to know the overall flavor of the grahas. This is the flavor of the character. You got the idea? So you compare it with Shadbala, all the grahas who are occupied there are very powerful. In Shadbala also, which says that there's a very strong character. Getting my point?
Anna, one question, like with Guru in 7th house retrograde, what are the other possibilities if not house? Like in what other ways can the karma be?
See, anybody partners with will be, Guru's influence will be there. Or he would rather partner with people with Guru's influence.
Like spiritual master.
Not just spiritual master, from wherever this wisdom comes.
Okay.
See, Guru doesn't mean only the ultimate spiritual master. Again, the moment I say, car, it is not about Mercedes-Benz. There are so many in between, from Maruti 800 to... So, don't jump into conclusion that, oh, Guru, 7th house, that means he'll always partner with enlightened masters or what. No, doesn't mean like that. All it means is there is some level of wisdom associated with the 7th house. So whomever you partner with, there is some level of wisdom which is either flowing to him because it is looking at the Lagna. There's a direction, no? Guru is looking at Lagna, not from Lagna to the 7th house. So he may not be giving it, but from there it is coming to him. Doesn't mean he doesn't have. Don't take it wrong. There is nothing, that's why Guru is giving this again, because reading between the lines is a big thing. So nothing like that here. The wisdom is flowing from 7th house towards Lagna. Because Guru is in 7th house. That's it. Very simple. Whatever way it comes, it will come.
Yeah, Buddha is also in retrograde.
Yeah.
So past life karma through Buddha also.
Yeah, possible. See, all are past life karmas only. Nothing comes
But
without past.
you say that passing that particular event, same
So
way,
it is
through
the
knowledge.
similar event, similar people associated, similar things. All you crossing the same path. That is the best, word to use. The best way to explain it is crossing the same path again. Like, for example, you came out of the house. You went 100 meters ahead. Then you forgot your wallet. You go back in the same path, take that wallet and come out. You cross the same path again. You didn't take a roundabout from other, road and came and you didn't do that. You came back from the same path. That is retrograde. If the graha is not in retrograde, you may take some other road and still come. That is also possible. See, karmas can be cleared in multiple ways. You may come across the same person and the same event may happen and you can clear your karma. Or only the quality and quantity of that karma is translated, but from a different person or different place. That is also quite possible. If you are supposed, I keep telling this all the time, if you are supposed to suffer in marriage, irrespective of whom you marry, you will suffer. If you are supposed to suffer in marriage with this person only, that is retrograde. Are you able to understand this? So from next time onwards, whenever you fight with your spouse, husband or wife, you say, see, my retrograde. You are Vakri for me. I had to go through this with you only. They say, no, I had so many people in my life. Finally married only you. Because that's retrograde, my dear. You are supposed to marry that person only and suffer. It's not just about suffering, it is even enjoying. Again, retrograde doesn't mean bad. Nobody said that. You can enjoy with that same person also. Guru here is not in a bad shape. He doesn't have any major trouble there. So he may traverse the same path with the same people as partner. It may be good also because Guru is not bad. But there will be a conflict. Why? Shukra is looking at Guru, Guru is looking at Shukra. Both are not really happy with each other. For Shukra, Guru is okay, no problem. Guru is looking at me, okay, no problem. But for Guru, Shukra is looking at me, hey, why are you staring at me? That's problem. Because Guru doesn't like Shukra looking at him, it's enemy. Correct, no? See, that's how you... So this person, Shukra, may be enjoyable for him, but Guru will not like it. Because Guru is for Guru it is enemy. The partner will not like his passion. He is okay with his passion, very comfortable because Shukra is in Lagna itself. Relaxed, happy, chill. You see the difference? And I have still not gone to the actual chart of his, means it's just a generalized chart for his existence.
Actualize is
For
divisional
him-
charts. When you talk about actualized, it's divisional charts.
No, we are not going to go to divisional
No,
charts.
no, that's what I'm asking you. Maybe I'm not covered it yet, but actual chart is we are referring to divisional charts.
I will not say actual chart, that's a wrong word to use, but that's part of his chart. Important chart. There are many different ways. That we will see when we go to divisional charts. Don't worry about it. First, you read Rashi chart properly. You take Mangala, his anger. Now, unlike Shukra, Mangala is really agitated. He's not happy at all because he's couple of people who are disturbing him. So this person also is unhappy with his anger because it is agitating. Mangala is not really, if he is angry, let us say he is. He himself is not happy about it. Unlike his Shukra. Shukra is still relaxed, no problem. I am okay with it. But not Mangala. The partner is also not happy. This person is also not happy. Even Shukra is little not so happy because Mangala's presence is there. But apart from that, Guru's Drishti is there, is Sama. So here both Samas for him. It's not that he's enemy. It's not like fighting or taking out a sword or anything. But for Mangala, that's not the case. He's not happy at all. The two people who are not giving him enough company. You got the idea? Now you take Buddha. Buddha may give him communication. But that communication, Buddha generally gives communication, right? But that communication is associated with three things. One is Shukra, Mangala and Guru. So there's a lot of fire in his speech. The way he communicates, let's not just say speech. The way he communicates, there's a lot of fire in it. There's a lot of passion in it. But then there's a lot of wisdom in it. All three are there. That is what he's giving when it comes to communication. But he's also giving confusion. So what is he giving confusion to? What other things he can give confusion to? He is giving confusion to Shukra. He is giving confusion to Mangala. That analysis may make him more angry, more fiery. He may analyze his wisdom more and more because he's looking at Guru also. That's why he wrote his experiments with truth. He was analyzing his own truth. It is his definitions. But he was analyzing it and he wrote it. See, that passionate communication and combined with Guru, he wanted to communicate about his, he was so passionate about his communication. He wanted to communicate. So he wrote it. Me and you will not do it. But he will do it. Some people are oriented to the same, sex, same gender. But they may not be outspoken. Some may be outspoken. I will understand this. Some people may hold a color flag and roam around the streets. But some people will not show it out at all. So for this person, anything related to Mangala, Shukra and Guru, he is outspoken. He will not stop. We'll talk about it. Shukra has such a strong influence on Buddha. He doesn't mind explaining his most intimate experiences. He can go and talk it to thousands of people on microphone. It doesn't feel, because Shukra's influence is there on Buddha. Getting my point? Mangala's influence is there on Buddha. So as long as the moment he gets angry, he will show it. It will come in his communication. You cannot stop it. There is some level of intellect involved in his wisdom also. If he communicates wisdom, or some level of wisdom is associated with communication, because Guru has a drishti on Buddha. See, all of these energies are working on each other, good, bad, or whatever, it doesn't matter. That is your point of reference. Your point of reference is, hey, how can you talk about intimacy like this? But for this person, it is not like that. For him, it is the truth. He feels that's how it has to be. That's his core nature. You are asking a donkey not to be a donkey. How does that work? You are not a donkey. You are a monkey. So you'll act like one. But he's a donkey. You'll act like a donkey. So his core nature is, yes, I am passionate. I am supposed to explain about my passionate through my communication. He's okay with it. You may not be that person. Are able to understand? See, for an astrologer, very, very important. You cannot be judgmental. You see the chart, yeah, how can he be like this? You cannot do that. It is none of your business. It is his business. You are just looking at his business. Are you able to
But then the
understand this?
second house is also for communication, which is Shani. So agitated Shani. So his communication is not as per the second house. It
Yeah,
should
but
not
it may,
be.
Shani may be bringing something else into it. So Shani may be bringing some slowness into his communication. Because it's slow, it's a very slow graha. But Shani's influence also, he may speak very, in a very disciplined way, because Shani is also that.
But Shani Shadvala is strongest.
It is the strongest. So he has an influence on his speech, Shani. I'm pretty sure this person would not be talking very fast. It's not like blabbering continuously full super speed and getting some. No, it will not be like that. It will be slow, steady, passionate, fiery. That's how his communication will be. Nice, no? Getting my point?
Anna, in the second house, because Shani is there, can we say connect to the masses?
Yeah, it means connect to the masses, you cannot say. But you can say that masses have certain amount of influence on his speech also.
Okay. What?
So Shani's qualities are influencing the second house. He is influencing the masses or not, we don't know in this. That's not, this is, it's not telling that. But there is definitely an influence in his speech related to the masses. So, see, quite possible that whenever he speaks, he'll not talk about somebody above him, he will talk somebody below him. Because Shani always represents somebody below you. So he may always speak about people who are oppressed. Quite possible, because generally at that time of time, Desha Kala, people below are already oppressed a lot, unlike now. Nowadays, you don't find that much of oppression. But at that time when he was there, people used to take advantage of others being down. You should see when, at what time this person was there. Without knowing that, you cannot really comment on that. Are you able to understand this? The overall energy, how it was, what he was doing. The overall energy at that time was about being very secretive about physical intimacy. But he was outspoken. That made him very controversial in that way. But it didn't affect too much at that time for him, because his Shani is so strong that took over. Shani is also for seva, service. Are you able to understand this? It took over. Whatever shortcomings you may find, but Shani's influence is so strong that will be always, it will come in front ruling the chart. Yes.
Anna, two things like Surya is associated with fame, right? So can we say something about fame? And second, like his relationship with kids have been much talked about, but we don't see much bad things in the fifth house. So
see, all this what you know is what he has told you.
Yeah.
Means you don't have great information about him by a second person's point of view or a third person point of view. When somebody else talking about him is comparatively less. What he spoke about himself is become more important. So if he has spoken about his children, his wife, it is all his point of view. How much he wants to convey. Are you able to understand?
Yeah.
So if fifth house lord is who? Shani. He is sitting in the second house, in Mangala's house. There is a little bit of trouble there, because Shani is agitated, he is not happy, he is in Mangala's house. There are other ways to see somebody is famous or not just Surya. But Surya itself is in 12th house. So his identification will be ideally about spiritual aspects of life. Because Surya has gone to 12th. And also could be that most of the time he will identify with what is the loss. What is vyaya? What are you spending? Not what are you gaining. But his emotions are more attached to what you are gaining, because Chandra is there. But his identification is primarily more to do with what you are expending because of your action. And somebody was mentioning Rahu. We didn't go to 10th house, but Rahu is there in 10th house. There is always a off way. He'll find a different way than what others do, because of Rahu's influence. Everybody wanted to fight for freedom in a particular way. This fellow wanted to do in a very different way. Came up with a very different idea. Worked or not is a matter of contention. But he did come up with something new. Nobody knew about it. So that is the presence of Rahu making him do it. And his identification being with the Vyaya, she always identified with Vyaya. Surya is all about identification, right? So he'll always take decision from Vyaya point of view. What am I losing? Not what am I gaining? See, when you buy a car, you think of two things. One is how much I am going to enjoy this. That is your labha. Or how much am I going to get when I sell it back? It's called resale value. You are even before buying, you are thinking about how much am I going to lose. If I'm going to buy this car, I may lose more because it has less resale value. That means what? You're not thinking about what you're gaining, you're thinking about what you're losing. So his identity will be like that. Every time he wants to go and buy a bicycle also, he'll think, oh, after selling, how much am I going to lose?
And a more positive spin, like you use the word lose. Can we, on a more positive note, like he might have thought like what I can give, right?
Vyaya. You can call it as Vyaya. That's it. Lose is a
so
word.
Giving.
What you are, you can say giving. What you get and what you give.
Yeah. So what you're giving back to the country, he might have been thinking in those lines.
You can think like that also. Quite possible.
And
You can also, that's a good point. You can say what you are giving.
Yeah.
What you are spending, that's the right word. What you spend and what you gain. See, the exact translation is difficult. But labha is what you gain. Vyaya is what you spend. You want to give a positive connotation or negative connotation, it's up to you. But it is
one thing here on the same lines. So one is Vyaya, another that I may be putting it that way. How can I reduce my Vyaya and how can I increase my Labha?
Why do you want to do it is my question. See, this is a problem. The moment you say Labha, you think it's good. The moment you say Vyaya, you think it's bad. Nobody said that. Who defined it? Did anybody tell you Vyaya is bad? Now, there was a plane crash which happened. One lady was supposed to take that flight. She missed that flight. So her Vyaya was missing the flight, but she survived. Now you will tell me it is good or bad. Tricky. Whenever there is an action, you always have labha, you always have vyaya. You need to understand this. That's how vyavahara works. Business of existence. You do an action, there will be labha, there will be vyaya. Labha can be anything and vyaya can be anything. For a person going for chemotherapy, his vyaya could be the disease, which is good. But that vyaya becomes his life, it is bad. Do you see the difference? For a person going to chemotherapy, his labha could be gaining the health back, or it could be gaining pain. It's a labha which you got after getting that. It has increased. Vriddhi has happened. That's why you call labha. Already existing pain increased. See, labha, how does it say? You have something already and it increases. Correct? Yes or no? That's labha. You're adding on. You don't have it also, you add on to it. If it's 0, it becomes 2. Vyaya is what? It is negating. It's going off. You have one apple, you add one more apple to it, you became labha. That apple went off, it became vyaya. Correct, no? It's a very good example. For a person who is suffering from cancer and going for chemotherapy, his vyaya could be the amount of time he has spent, could be the amount of effort he has, put through. The labha could be that he has gained his health back. At that time, vyaya will be the disease has gone. You got the point? But if you take the other way around, it didn't happen like that. It didn't work. Vyaya was his life. He lost his life. Labha was the pain. So the same action got two flavors in it. Action didn't change. Did it change? Chemotherapy didn't change. Then you can see the quality of action also. That will dictate whether you will get vyaya or labha. What kind of labha and what kind of vyaya also you can see. That you see through the quality of what is happening in that house and what is happening in this house. Who is influencing this house?
Surya in this case.
So here Surya is influencing. That means he will identify with what? Vyaya. So like somebody said, he could identify with what he is going to give. Because he's spending something. So I identify with my expenditure. If I take money, I may, oh, you know how much money I have spent? He may identify with that. Because you know this person did a lot of seva to the country, you are telling he identified with service. That you know. If I didn't show it as Mahatma Gandhi's chart, will you say that? That is the problem. So when you see a new chart, you don't know the conditions. So you have to stop at what? He is identifying with vyaya. You cannot go any further and go into details because you don't know, is this person like that or not. That's why you read a chart to know about this person. It's very easy if you know the person and correlate. You can do whatever. You can correlate with anything. You write down all the things and then correlate and say, I read the chart. Fantastic. You write. That's why what happens, most of the people taking example of already known charts. One big downside of it is, good thing is you will revise everything you know. Downside is next time you take up a new chart, you have no idea what you are looking at because you are always dependent on the quality which you already knew to correlate to it. Now you don't know how to correlate. So what you have to do, you have to first apply the basics. Like how I applied the basics for this. Don't go any further. It is very easy to digress from the basics. Don't go further at all. Go back to the same thing. The pivotal point will be the definition of the bhava. And you go around that. Don't define again negative or positive. Just stick to what it is. Everybody were telling something good or bad, but I stuck to only the core principle. What is it? It is vyaya. I know what this person is. I can write his experiment with truth in a little more bigger book. But that's not the point here. At this point, we know only this much. I have to stop at that. You can go to that level. I can tell each one of your chart I can take and tell you which part of your body, what kind of mole you have. And how big is the mole also I can tell. I'm just giving you an idea. That is the detail which we can read a chart. But that doesn't happen only with this one Rashi chart. So it takes a lot of effort to get into that. So we'll not go there. Stick to what you know from your studies, what you have done, and stop at that. Then you relate to whatever the qualities of this person is. First you read the chart, you see, okay, this person has Shukra, Mangala, Buddha, Guru's influence. Was he like that? Are you able to understand? If he is not like that, there is something else which we are missing. It doesn't mean that it is wrong. When I say Mangala, Shukra, Buddha, Guru's influence is there on Lagna, it will be there. How much of it is translating in his character? You cannot know from Rashi chart. You have to go to divisional charts. So, but till there you can go. No problem. You got the idea? Chalo, without distraction, I was able to speak at least for some time. Okay, Pa, stop sharing.
Anna, one last thing. If
Yes,
Surya
ma.
is also for ego,
Yes.
right? 12th house means
That's
that
one word I
it
said,
will.
identity. It also means there is a Vyaya of identity also. He can identify with Vyaya. His identity loss also is there.
Yes, yes.
So if you take this one as an example, go back now and compare to his chart, he always had an identity crisis.
Hmm.
He always didn't know who is he. That's why he was writing a book on truth. If you go through and read in between the lines, half of the time he was confused. Am I a husband? Am I a son? Or am I this? Am I that? See, so many confusions. He himself didn't know whether I am physically attracted to somebody or not. He was experimenting on that also. He was experimenting on everything because he didn't know what it is. When do you do experiment? Why the word my experiments with truth come in? Because he didn't know. He used to experiment it. So he want to know. So he had an identity crisis. He was trying to find out what he is. Nothing wrong with it. I'm not telling it is right or wrong. That is how he is. He was trying to find out who he was. Easier way was he would have taken Ramana Maharshi's book and read Who Am I? But he had to go through the longer one. He reinvented the wheel. That's it. Correct, no? But again, nothing wrong with it. He gave a book others can read. How much of it is helpful, don't ask me. Because you do in his path, you will get slapped. So that won't work for you. But yeah, still. So you got the idea? See, that's what I'm telling. If you, I will finish with this conversation. If you totally make up your mind, this person is bad or this person is good, you cannot read the chart. Forget it. Number one. Number two, if you already know the person and define that this is his character and have to see this in the chart, you will find it. No doubt about it. You will come up with your own Parashara Maharshi's one more book also with it. That's what has happened nowadays. Because you know the event and you start defining it, there are multiple books written on bhavas. Because you don't know how else to see. It's an endless slope. It's a slippery slope. You keep falling, you can never come out. I'm telling you, this Trump's first wife died. She fell from the steps and she died in her own mansion. At that time, you should have seen. I was not able to understand. All these big astrologers used to relate to this house is for steps. This house is for her falling down. They were redefining the bhava altogether. How can you do that? I was shocked. If your bhava says vyaya, you cannot make it into labha because you have seen a labha there. The core definitions cannot change. Surya cannot become Chandra just because you want it to be. That will be your Rahu working. Smoke screen on your intelligence. So don't do all this. Stick to basics. Surya can only tell this much. Surya cannot make you, decide about your emotions. It is Chandra who is going to do. So stick to basics. Go through the chart. In that way, you will get very good results. Why I get results in chart reading? Because first rule, non-judgmental. Second rule, basics. That's it. I don't do any. You ask me more, all the yogas and all. I don't remember all that. I don't even remember now how many Raj Yogas are there. I don't see all that. For me, basic, very simple. 1 + 1 is 2 is going to happen there somewhere or not. I know what is Navagrahas. I know what is 12 houses, 12 bhavas. Are they translating or not? If they are not translating, I don't know how to read. That's it. I don't want to redefine the bhava for that. If I don't know how to drive a car, I don't know how to drive a car. I don't have to redefine transport just because I don't know how to drive a car. You got the idea? Chalo, with this, we will conclude for today. Very important class. Go back through this. There's a lot of important information in this. You can listen to it again. But make sure that you remember all these points. This is you can say, a handbook of reading charts. if you want to get it right.
Anna, next class we can continue with this same chart and do a
Yes,
deep dive.
Till we go to divisional charts also, we can continue with the same chart. Be ready with all the possible weirdness which you can get, and if you can take that. ठीक है. Jai Gurudev. Bye.
Jai Gurudev, Anna.
Very good.
Jai Gurudev. Bye.